tonight on Size Eyes on the Skies.
Taking a look at some of our Iowa headlines, we have snow moving out of the area. Continuing from southern Iowa, we have a nice warm-up, but we have to get through a cool weekend first. And don't forget daylight savings, so set your clocks ahead on Sunday. That and more coming up.
Plus, we'll have a look at your national forecast. Size Eyes on the Skies for Thursday, March 10th starts now.
Broadcasting live from the studios at Hamilton Hall at Iowa State University, the Iowa State Meteorology Department brings you the latest weather from across the country and out your front door. This is Size Eyes on the Skies.
I'm your host, Lexie Merley. We begin with tonight's weather story. Just last Saturday, on March 5th, multiple supercells swept across the state of Iowa, producing multiple tornadoes. Across southern Iowa, there was hit with 2 supercells that produced 3 tornadoes, and a single long track cell produced multiple tornadoes from the southwest corner of the state through central and eastern Iowa. The largest tornado moved almost 70 miles while it was grounded, traveling across Madison, Warren, Polk, and Jasper counties. Its peak winds was nearly 170 miles per hour, and this was the first EF4 tornado that Iowa has seen since October of 2013. This was also the second longest tornado in Iowa since 1980, with the longest occurring on June 7, 1984, at a length of 117 miles across southern Iowa. To discuss more on what's happening around the country, here's Luke with a look at our national forecast.
All right, as we take a look at the headlines this week, we got snow sweeping across the country, currently hitting Kansas City area down in Missouri. And that's going to move up into the northeast as it gains strength, and will dump a lot of snow up in the upper northeast area. As you take a look, we'll take a look at the severe threat down in the southeast, as we have a chance for all threats of severe weather tomorrow and into Saturday. And we'll talk about a warm-up coming up next week, and we'll have more of that later in the show.
You're looking at the #1 cause of lung cancer. That's why the Surgeon General issued this warning. Now you're looking at the #1 cause of lung cancer for non-smokers. That's why the Surgeon General issued this warning. Radon is an invisible radioactive gas that seeps inside your home from underground. Whether you smoke or not, radon can cause lung cancer. Protect your family. Have your home tested. Call 1-800-SOS-RADON. Radon problems can be fixed.
And welcome back. Now let's have a look at what's happening around the nation.
All right, thank you, Lexie. I'm meteorologist in training Luke Prokosch. As we take a look at the temperatures across the nation, very cool temperatures for this time in March. 24 in Minneapolis, 22 in Kansas City, 39 in Boise, 25 in Billings. Very cold air, Arctic air dipping down into the U.S. as low pressure system is pulling that moisture through with a cold front right here, creating snow across this southern central part of the U.S. When you take a look at the warm sector over here, we got 79 down in, was that Orlando? No, that's Miami. It's a very small screen, so I'm just going to go with it. But yeah, as you can see, we got warm temperatures down in the south ahead of that cold front. That cold front's going to move through, bring severe weather throughout the week. We'll take a look at that later. As we take a look at the temperatures in the Midwest, like I said, the 24 in Minneapolis, only 20 degrees in Des Moines, 26 in Sioux Falls. Very cold temperatures. This won't last for long. Temperatures will warm up into next week. Talking possibly 70s in this part of the country, even 80s down further south you go. So keep your open minds. It's going to warm up. Spring is coming. As you take a look at the satellite radar right now, this is the snow I was mentioning. It's not very heavy snow. It's not dumping a lot of snow. It's just enough to cause problems down in the Kansas City metro. There are some weather alerts down there. No winter storm warnings, but some winter weather advisories that just, if you're in that area that is in a winter weather advisory, just stay weather aware and drive safe. Don't go out if you don't have to. We also have some rain going on down here in the Florida area moving out. There was a severe threat for damaging winds and some small hail earlier today. That has since moved out across Florida. It's just bringing some rain showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. And we'll have more on the severe threat coming up next as we take a look at the watches and warnings. Yeah, like I said, the winter weather advisory across much of the central southern U.S., and that moves up and turns into a winter storm watch as it moves up into the northeast, towards the Appalachians. As that low will move up and into the northeast, it'll strengthen, and snow totals right now probably around 6 to 12 inches, maybe more. It's tough to tell exactly the totals. And then we also have a wind chill advisory up in North Dakota. It's March. The cold air is there. Stay safe out there. And as we take a look at the severe threat of this storm system, this is not the severe threat. There it is. As we take a look at the severe threat out there, the enhanced risk tomorrow for parts of Florida, parts of Georgia, a little part of Alabama, and slight risk extending all the way around that. Marginal risk, you can still see some pop-up severe thunderstorms in there, but the main risk is down here just west of Jacksonville. You can see some possible tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail with any storm in this area. And as you take a look on Saturday, the severe threat moves further east. Right now it's just a slight risk. You can still watch out for all those hazards. Stay sky aware. You don't want to be caught outside in any severe storms. So just keep an eye on the weather. As we take a look at our forecast week for the week, I have chosen St. Paul, Minnesota, because we got the high school state hockey tournament up there going on this weekend. And it's going to be cold tomorrow, only 12 degrees. Nothing like the 60s that we were seeing last week, so bundle up if you're going out. -4 overnight. You want to be careful Saturday morning. You could still get frostbite, possibly hypothermia, but it's not too extreme, so just bundle up in the morning, you'll be fine. And then we start to warm up finally. 42 on Sunday. Chance of a couple snow showers on Monday, 38 degrees. And then we warm up into the week, 56 on Wednesday, 48 on Thursday. Clouds in and out, partly cloudy skies. It's going to be a beautiful week for anyone on spring break.
Thank you, Luke, for that forecast. Now let's take a look at tonight's trivia question. What is the longest official tornado track in U.S. history? Is it A, 117 miles, B, 188 miles, C, 220 miles, or D, 305 miles? We'll have your answer coming right up. Now let's have a look at the week ahead with Lexie. Taking a look at what I mentioned before, we are seeing some cooler temperatures than we usually would be seeing during this time of the year. We're going to see those temperatures continue on Friday into Saturday, but eventually we will see a nice warm-up coming all the way into next week. And don't forget to change your clocks ahead on Sunday for that daylight saving time. More on that coming up.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
And welcome back. Taking a look at our current temperatures now, in Ames here we are sitting at 21 degrees, mostly lower 20s across the state of Iowa. Spencer sitting at 24, a little bit warmer up there, while we get into the lower parts of the state, which are seeing a little bit of snow flurries right now. Creston sitting at 18, Des Moines sitting at 19, and then 20 in Burlington. Taking a look at our satellite radar, here is the snow that we have been seeing in the past couple of hours pretty much staying in the southern portion of the state under I-80 for the most part. This should move on in the coming few hours. Shouldn't be affecting too much. Might see some slippery road conditions in the morning, so just be aware of that if you're traveling in the morning. Taking a look at our current conditions here in Ames, feels like 21 degrees right now, and our feels like is actually 13 degrees. Winds from the south at 6 miles per hour, and our dew point is sitting at 9 degrees. Taking a look at our futurecast, you see that snow kind of moved out of the area. Not much going on in the next couple of days for Iowa. We do have some pretty cloudy skies, especially in portions of northern Iowa. And then continuing, we have some more clouds moving in and out through the next couple of days, especially on Saturday. We're going to see some cooler temperatures. And then Sunday, it's nice and sunny, and we're going to see some warm up from that as well. Skycast for tonight, mostly cloudy with a temperature of 18 degrees. Winds out of the northwest at 20 to 25 miles per hour, so it is going to be a little breezy. Tomorrow we're going to see partly sunny skies with a high of 25 degrees. Again, a little bit breezy with 15 to 25 miles per hour winds. Forecast lows for tonight, we're sitting mostly in the upper teens, maybe even in the lower teens. In Spencer, we have 11 degrees tonight. Sioux City sitting at 13. Here in Ames, we're going to have an 18, similar in Des Moines with 16. So pretty cold, much colder than we would see during this time of year usually. Forecast highs for tomorrow, also pretty chilly, unfortunately. Ames is going to be 25, as I mentioned earlier, pretty much staying in the lower 20s and upper teens as we go through tomorrow. Taking a look ahead at tomorrow, pretty much staying in those blues here. 8 a.m. sitting at 22, not really rising. At 2 p.m. we're going to have 24, and just going down from there. Taking a look at our week ahead though, Friday, as I mentioned, is going to be windy and cold, but then we get to Saturday, also going to be chilly, but pretty sunny, and that's going to help our temperatures warm up. Sunday, a high of 58, and we're going to see this trend continue. 54 on Monday with partially cloudy skies. 57 Tuesday, also with partly cloudy skies. 69 on Wednesday, very warm. And 60 on Thursday, finally getting a little bit of spring.
Thank you, Lexie, for that forecast. Now let's review tonight's trivia question. What is the longest official tornado track in U.S. history? Is it A, 117 miles, B, 188 miles, C, 220 miles, or D, 305 miles? What do you think it is, Lexie?
Well, I think I know the tornado you're referencing, but I'm not quite sure how far it traveled. I'm going to go with C, probably.
C? All right, let's see what it is. And you're correct, 220 miles.
Wow.
Now, some people would argue that the Mayfield tornado from last year was the longest, but it did pick up and put down a new tornado over Tennessee because tornadoes don't go over lakes.
That's very true. Very true, Luke.
So I think that was like, what, around 300?
I think
if it
so.
didn't pick up or something like that. All right. Well, that concludes tonight's show. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can find every show on YouTube under our Size Eyes channel. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you later. Have a great night.